Hey, Ron.
Hey, Victor, how is it going?
All good. Good to see you again. Thanks for finding time for this call. So maybe you can introduce yourself and tell a little bit more about who you are, what you do.
Yeah, definitely. I'm quite a veteran in the software industry. I've been managing mostly R&D, software development for quite some time now, like about 20 years. Recently, the engagement with the software, I was while I was running the R&D of a company, of a cybersecurity company. It was a global company of about 300 people. I was managing about 120 of those, mostly in Israel, but it was part of this engagement also out of Israel, in Eastern Europe, India, and else.
And what the company was focused on? What is the cyber stream that was on?
Company was focused on providing cybersecurity solutions for big companies, like the biggest companies on earth, bigger banks, retail, insurance, and so on globally. A lot of work, like about 40% in Europe, about 40% in the US, and these were network management, network security management solutions for big networks.
Got it. Thank you. When and why did you decide to work with uSoftware?
Well, we've decided that we should share some of the load of our R&D with external developers. We couldn't find decent developers in Israel for decent prices, and we decided to go into Eastern Europe. We had one engagement in Eastern Europe that we weren't completely happy about, it, put it this way. I knew Victor from previous discussions, and basically I approached Victor in order to consider providing his services to the company I was managing, the R&D for, and we thought it might be what they offer, and software might fit us better than the setup that we had before with the previous provider.
Okay. And which goals did you achieve working with uSoftware?
Well, we wanted first a very reliable and accessible partner, and definitely we got this more than we asked for. We could rely fully on uSoftware. First, of course, to identify good, very good, even some of them really excellent developers. We mostly look for software developers, but also at some point also DevOps and security guys. But for me, it was mostly looking for developers in a high quality, in a very short time between opening a position until we get the candidates to interview. All of the candidates that got to interview by us were really, I think, the rate of recruiting versus just talking to people versus candidate was the best ever that we achieved, whether in Israel by our own R&D or by other providers in both in Eastern Europe and India. So it was good candidates quickly that we could rely on. Of course, there was another issue, that the structure of the agreement between us and the provider was a different one than what we experienced before. We had a complete transparency to what goes on to the company versus what goes on to the person that we hire, where we had full understanding and we could optimize our cost versus what we get from the developers best way, I think. And also here, I think to some degree it was better than what we had at home in Israel.
All right. And why uSoftware for somebody who is considering working with this company? How would you describe the company?
I think that the company is extremely approachable. Really, I mean, even if I try to compare the accessibility of the company versus what we had internally in what I had internally in companies, and certainly with other providers, both the recruiters as well as the management and the account manager were always accessible. We had, as I said before, We had very efficient kind of engagement. We spent relatively low amount of time to get what we wanted to get. We certainly got candidates that we could rely on. That is, the retention was higher than we expected. So in general, these were reliable candidates, not just a reliable company. So, and again, the transparency that we set up is such that it's not offered by many companies, and it's not something, and we even didn't understand the benefits of this approach until we really ran RnDTeams for several months and several people that we hired, and we knew the way we fully understood the benefits of this approach and the supporting with such reliable people.
All right. One last question.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, or what would you like to share about uSoftware? And any other thoughts you wanna share? Something completely coming from Ron, not answering any questions.
I think that there's some level of creativity in the way that the company thinks about providing a solution to customers. I didn't mention the wide geographical spread that the company is working with, and in certain cases, they try to offer and optimize to our asks based on the many people that they know in different geographies, in different professions. So they have the company has a better and deeper understanding of the needs and is creative in providing the solutions. I think this is one thing that I don't think I saw with any other partner that you either considered or worked with. And here you'll have to add it. Let me think if there's another thing that I want to share beyond what I shared before. If you have any thoughts about anything concrete that you wanted me to touch on.
No, it's fine. I think you gave all the right answers. I think we just need to. So let's do one more thing. I'll just, Ronnie, we appreciate doing business with you. I think it's a great journey. I think that the size of business that we've been able to achieve with your company is you got to one of the top 10 clients of ours. And I really appreciate your business. It's a great journey. We really enjoy working with Israeli companies and the cybersecurity companies specifically. So thanks again for your business. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's certainly been fun, and I would love to work with you guys in whatever future company that I work with.
Very good. Thank you so much.